it's not hard to see the influence of this ship. The influence of this ship being the science fiction paperback covers of the 70s and 80s by the likes of Peter Elson and Chris Foss and Angus Mackay and all the others. You know, I loved them dearly then, I love them dearly now, and every so often I like to make a spaceship in the spirit of those ships, namely their outlandish designs and outlandish colour schemes. So I think this is the latest one that I've done, and like many of my scratch builds, it starts with one part and go from there. And in the case of this one, it was the prow of the ship here, which is the end of our old Hoover. Our Hoover died, and every time I used to Hoover and use this bit, which you use, you know, to do the clean the back of the settees, it's like, oh, that looks like the front of a spaceship. So when the Hoover died, this was put in my spares box. So this is the beginning of the ship. What do I attach it to? Well, I attached it to this shape, which is my Corsadil mouthwash bottle. Okay, just stuck the two together, and on the back for the engine, I think that's a cap of another type of mouthwash bottle, and just put some sticky gems on there for a couple of bits of blobby detail. I knew I wanted a couple of side shapes, and what I usually do when I'm looking for them is I roughly know how long it's got to be and how wide it's going to be, so I make a little piece of card, and then I go down to the supermarket or the hardware store and just look around. And these two are travel shampoo bottles, which I bought very, very cheap. And after I use them, just attach them with some pieces of rod, and then it's off with the kit detailing. And as usual with a lot of my models, it's Tamiya parts, and here we've got a piece from the Tamiya 88mm kit, which is also up here as well. I think this is the bonnet from a World War II truck. Yeah, 88mm there as well. And yeah, the usual thing, just go over, add in pieces. These are like sticky gems again. Pretty sure that's a Lego piece there. That's 88mm. Bit of rod along the top. And just detailed it up. It being based on 70s science fiction ships. That means outlandish colours, and nothing is more outlandish than yellow and black, and I've always loved the yellow and black look. So this is a Games Workshop yellow, which I put on it, and then some black areas. This isn't me being very neat, this is just black self-adhesive stripes. Got some yellow ones in there as well. And then put on some decals, and luckily I had some checkerboard decals. And again, nothing screams 70s spacecraft than checkerboard patterns, so I've put them all over as well. Okay, and then that was a case of putting a dirty wash over the yellow, and then some pastels to dirty it down, make it look nice and grubby, and then finally, and quite crucially, a coat of matte varnish. And that is crucial because it stops it looking toy-like, especially when you've got these garish colours like this. Until you matte varnish it down, it can look quite oof. So yeah, so that was that, and that's that done. Had a blast doing it, going back to the 70s, and more than likely I'll be doing another one soon.